Hey friends, this is the Miss Volfie from our half acre homestead, and yes, I'm going on a rant, and I'm hoping this is going to be a mini rant. Okay, I came across an article today and I'm going to start saying the dates so that people understand how old or new these videos are. The date on this article is, oh God, they don't even put them on the articles anymore, do they? June 10th, 2015. Okay, so it's the last couple of days. I found this on Facebook by the Wall Street Journal page. And this is in the health policy section of the Wall Street Journal. And the title says, House votes to remove country of origin labels on meat sold in the U.S. Why do you think they're doing that? Do you think that we are getting to the point where we're saying, we're looking at our labels and going, oh, these mushrooms were made in China or packed in China? Put that back. These ones cost 20 cents more, but they're from Canada. In the cart it goes. Or from the U.S. In the cart it goes. If you remove the cool or the country of origin label, people have even less choice about the decisions they make about what to put in their mouths than they do today. And I'm telling you folks, it's a rat in a maze when it comes to trying to figure out what is healthy and what is not. Because half our crap isn't labeled properly anyway. You go into the grocery store and you see all these mounds of fresh or sweet potatoes and peppers and all this stuff. And they're not packaged and they're not labeled. Well, okay, some of them have stickers on them and that. But I picked up about 10 pounds of sweet potatoes today. And nowhere on the sign or anywhere did it say where those sweet potatoes came from. Okay? Probably came from the U.S., and that's fine with me. But my point is, if they are allowed to remove the label from where it comes from, we are more in the dark about our food than ever. Hell, we're in the dungeon. The only thing we have is labeling, and half of that stuff isn't done properly. But at least with labeling, to a certain degree, we have some control. We can say, I don't understand what that friggin' label says, and put it back. That's simple, okay? If there's no label at all, how the hell are we supposed to know? I went to a local grocery store, and I wanted to buy steaks, okay? And I knew the guy working behind the meat counter. And I asked him, I picked up these T-bone steaks and I looked at them, and nowhere on, they were beautifully packaged. They were on their styrofoam tray with their shrink wrap on them. And nowhere on that label did it say where that meat came from. So I said to him, where did these steaks come from? He said, the truck. And I meant, no, what country did they came from? He said, I don't know. I said, do you realize that's not even on the label? I found out later, he told me later, that meat would come in boxes from all over the world. And all they did was take it out of the packages, rewrap it, and date it for that day. And nobody knew where the meat was coming from. I mean, I'm sure somebody in the store knew where the meat was coming from, but it didn't say on the label. And this is when we started raising our own meat. We had been raising our own meat, and the only time we buy meat that isn't our own is when we go to the butcher shop or to the organic section in Costco. And I'm telling you, I paid $29 for 4 pounds of lean organic ground beef the last time I bought beef. Now, what this art, and I'm going to post the link for this article in the show more info box below this video, but I'm going to tell you, this is how the media treats us as absolute idiots. This is their excuse. The House voted late Wednesday to remove country of origin labels on beef, pork, and chicken sold in the U.S., hoping to prevent a protracted battle over the labels with Canada and Mexico. I don't have to read the rest of the article to know that that is horse apples. Okay? This has nothing to do with meat going back and forth between Canada, U.S., and Mexico. Absolutely nothing. You know what this is about? This is about, well, if we make everybody think that, oh yeah, why should we, Canada and Mexico and U.S., we're all one big North American Union. Okay? We're one big North American Union. Why do we need to label our meat? Okay? That's not what this is about. They're trying to suck you in saying, let's be neighbors. This is okay. This is not okay. This is so that when they ship the chicken to China for processing and it comes back made in USA, they don't even have to put that on it. I mean, they're already trying to hoodwink us with the whole made in USA because the chickens were raised here and they're probably genetically modified chickens, fed genetically modified food, and then they're shipped to China to be processed in some God knows plant by some poor bugger who has 16 people living in one room making 25 cents an hour. Wow, I bet you they use hand sanitizer. I'm sorry, folks, I am not knocking China. Well, okay, so I am. All right? China is a wonderful country and it has wonderful innovations, but I want to know where my food is coming from. This is like, we have been fighting for labeling of genetically modified food, fighting for to have all the pesticides, herbicides, and fungicides taken out of our food. And while we're doing that, they're trying to take us from the dark ages and lock us in a dungeon by going backwards. Backwards. I can't stress it enough. All right? The government is a few people controlling the masses. And I'll tell you something else. They don't care about us. They don't care. They just want whatever they can squeeze out of us and scare us into submission so that they can squeeze us a little more and we won't yelp. Yelp, yelp, yelp. This is wrong on more than one level. This is wrong. This is like saying, oh, cotton is technically, it's a plant, so it's technically a vegetable, so cottonseed oil is technically a vegetable oil. And some doctor going, well, vegetables are better for you than meat, so wouldn't vegetable oil be better for you than pig fat? And that's how Crisco took on butter and lard in one foul swoop. And that precedent set, okay, that set the precedent for the regulations that are a joke today when it comes to the health and labeling of our food system. This is the Mrs. Volfie from our half-acre homestead saying, I don't know about you folks, but we can rant all we want, but until we put our foot down, they're just going to keep baffling us with bullshit. Take care. God bless.